Why can't you do that, JD Vance? Do you think that you have to kiss Donald Trump's ring and his butt that much that you have to forego your humanity in order to suck up to the president, in order to suck up to the base of the MAGA party?
No one's objecting to you standing outside of a church and protesting. No one's objecting to you no one's saying you can't protest the Trump administration's immigration policies, or frankly, our policies on anything else. What you cannot do is go into somebody's house of worship and prevent them from exercising their First Amendment right to the free exercise of religion.
Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notifications. Anytime I go live or make a video, y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. I want to play a quick clip of Don Lemon Juice. Let's go to Don Lemon Juice because JD Vance has something to say about him. I want to play Don Lemon Juice, and then we'll go to JD Vance's clip. Roll the clip.
This is a vile human being. Let me tell you why. Okay. Because it's not that hard, even if you disagree with what Alex Preddy did. And I don't know how many people who do. They pretend to, but they understand what was going on. All he would have to say is, and it doesn't matter, it's not about the investigation. It's about being a human being. It's about having empathy, and it's about having, it's actually about being, if you are a real Christian, like I am. What you would say is that I am.
Hold on, bro. This man said, it wasn't enough for him to lie and say you're a Christian to start with. He said, he challenged everybody else and said, you need to be a real Christian like I am. Bro, you don't read the Bible. You claim to be married to another man and y'all bumping and grinding, pumping and sweating, going down the wrong way, one-way streets. What are you saying, bro? You cannot claim to be a Christian. Quit trying to bludgeon people and say that you're a better Christian than them, and you clearly ain't following the Bible. You're not following the Bible. Quit it, Don. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm so excited to tell you guys about this incredible golf event, Golf for Life. I want to help Save the Storks raise about $75,000 to help with all of the great things that they do for women and for children who are not yet born. All right, so this is the deal. Golf tournament at Longbow Golf Club. It's in Mesa, Arizona, February the 25th. Individual golfers pay $200, which is substantially less than if you just went on your own to Longbow Golf Club. Also, a foursome is only $700 for 4 people to go and play golf and have an incredible time. And included is range balls, the grab-and-go breakfast, lunch, 2 drink tickets, and also a player's gift. And if you're a business, you need to know this. It's very important. I've done this and sponsored this position every year that I've been at the Save the Storks event. Now we're the title sponsor. But if you're a business, $2,500, you'll get a foursome and all of the things included by sponsoring a whole. If you're a smaller business, you have opportunities to sponsor at a lower level. Go to SaveTheStorks.org and click on events, or go to SaveTheStorks.org/AZ Golf for Life. We're going to have a freaking blast. We have a blast every year. I want to see you there. Come to Mesa, Arizona, February the 25th. Come hang out with your boy. Let's golf. Let's have cigars. And let's have an incredible time raising money for a great cause. Roll the clip.
Sorry, no one should die that way. I am sorry for his family that he is no longer here. And that's what I will say in this moment. I will let the investigation play out, but I don't want anyone to have to die in the middle of a cold street, regardless of the circumstances. Now, we'll see what the circumstances are once the investigation plays out. But of course, I'm a human being. My heart goes out to his family. Boom. Easy. Easy.
What about Lake Riley?
Why can't you do that, JD Vance? Do you think that you have to kiss Donald Trump's ring and his butt that much that you have to forego your humanity in order to suck up to the president, in order to suck up to the base of the MAGA party? Do you have to debase yourself that much? It's inhumane. It's really just vile and disgusting. And he talks about Christianity so much. Christians don't behave that way.
Which way?
Not real Christians. Unbelievable. That's what he said.
This man is JD Vance. put the icing on the cake. This is the dumbest man on the internet. This fool said Christians don't behave a certain way while he's bum rushing a church just the other week, harassing a pastor, like and with your so-called husband. Like, bro, you are the epitome of just the modern. Anybody can say they're a Christian just because they woke up one day and said it.
He's called me a sleazebag. He's called others a sleazebag. And every accusation is a confession. Here's the thing. When someone calls you a sleazebag, he called me a sleazebag. I don't know if it was on Air Force One or in the Oval Office or somewhere in the White House when he called me a sleazebag. Donald Trump has cheated on every wife that he has had and even cheated on the people he was cheating with, had slept with a porn star, was having an affair while his wife had an infant, and is all over the Epstein files for God knows what, because they're not being transparent with it. And I can go on and on about a porn star, all of this stuff. And he has the nerve to call people a sleazebag? Are you out of your mind? You're the sleazebag. Donald Trump, you are a sleazebag. You are the definition of a sleazebag. Adultery is one of the sins that you're not supposed to commit. That's one of the 10 commandments, and you did it. You're a sleazebag. You're convicted. You're a criminal. All kinds of, you're fraudulent. And you have the nerve to go, he called Jared Paulus a sleazebag. He called me a sleazebag. He called somebody else a sleazebag. I forget. It's like, are you talking about, it's like the kid thing. You're talking about yourself. This is a sick man. This is a sick man.
This is the dumbest man on the internet. This fool said Christians don't behave a certain way while he's bum rushing a church just the other week, harassing a pastor, like and with your so-called husband. Like, bro, you are the epitome of just the modern. Anybody can say they're a Christian just because they woke up one day and said it. What are you talking about, bro? Alex Preddy had a gun and engaged in a physical altercation with law enforcement. Somehow in the altercation, the gun was announced. Some believe that the gun went off inadvertently or it didn't. Gun. This guy done got himself into something stupid. And he's kicking the lights out of the car, spitting on people. Man, stop with that foolishness. JD Vance, let's put him on there, and I want to show the world what JD Vance said, because I think he's correct. Roll the clip.
We mentioned the press a minute ago. Someone who claims to be a member of it is Don Lemon, who's been arrested now.
The dumbest man in television.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Formally.
saying something. He's under arrest because he stormed a church in the middle of a Sunday service, along with a lot of other rioters, and disrupted people trying to worship. He's trying to cloak himself in the First Amendment, saying this is an attack on freedom of the press. And you say what?
Well, I say first, Don, no one's objecting to you standing outside of a church and protesting. No one's objecting to you no one's saying you can't protest the Trump administration's immigration policies, or frankly, our policies on anything else. What you cannot do is go into somebody's house of worship and prevent them from exercising their First Amendment right to the free exercise of religion. And that's what happened. By the way, there's a federal law on the books that says you're not allowed to interrupt churches. You're not allowed to prevent people from entering or leaving a church. And the Biden administration aggressively prosecuted people. Where was Don Lemon when people were getting aggressively prosecuted for sham violations of the FACE Act? We have a rock solid violation of the FACE Act, which is you were sticking a microphone in the face of a minister during the church service while the people you were with were preventing people from leaving. That's a violation of the law. That's not about the First Amendment. You care about criticizing our immigration policies, then stand outside the church and protest. You don't get to violate other people's rights. And if you do, the Trump administration, we're going to try to do everything that we can to make sure you suffer legal consequences.
Mm-hmm. What is the disagreement with that? I'll say this and there may be an opportunity. It's probably going to be a private opportunity for me to actually engage with Don Lemon at some point. But what is you could just stood outside the church. I put this on my life, you won't do this at a mosque. I put that on my life, you won't do it at a mosque. And if I go right now, I'm telling you guys, I go right now and a bunch of right-wingers, we go and interrupt one of these churches that's pushing all this gay stuff and trans stuff, and we go jump in the middle of the thing, and I go walk up and put the mic in front of the fake pastor's face, the leftists will want me to go to prison for life over that. They will be crying about what I did at the church, how wrong we are, MAGA, racist. I mean, they'll go down the cliff. But when Don Lemon do it, it's okay. All right, y'all.